There we go. Oh, fuck. The hell? Okay, I wasn't expecting this. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Why is it on?
For some reason.
Oh. I mean, the link's still the same. Is it
Give me
on
a
your
second.
end? Yeah, there we go.
Nah. Give me a second. Yeah, for some reason it's. Wait, it's not what? Wait, what? My. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Okay, I'm
Gotta
going to
love.
just yeah.
Gotta
Just
love,
gonna start sucking.
gotta
You
love
know?
this stuff.
Yeah, it always happens on this every now and then. So yeah, it's bound to happen. It's the VTuber course, you know. Hello, hello everyone. I'm Donarius. I'm the host of this show called VTuber Gaming Talk, in which I invite a VTuber to just have a chill chat one-on-one about video games and video game related topics. And today I have a guest that it's helping me out on charity. For those who don't know, both me and Snake over here are doing a charity right now. We are gathering money for St. Jude Play Live, which is St. Jude Children's Research for cure and helping pediatric diseases, or helping in the treatment of pediatric diseases. It's hard to say or memorize that. Sorry. But yeah.
Yeah.
Snake, would you like to introduce yourself?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, hello. Why? Why?
Why?
Does this wait, I know why. I know. Oh, I have to keep it. Okay. Welcome. Hi, how are you? It is I, a tiny Shiua, tiny snake that's aquatic and likes to die a lot for some reason. How are you doing, everybody?
Oh. Sorry, the timing of that got me really, really hard.
It'd be like that. Yay, Judas is here. Yay,
Let's
Pacific is
go.
here. Also, Blue Heart. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
This is not the usual place you will find me, but it is definitely a lovely place to be found in.
Yeah, it's a it's a podcast studio. But
As it
yeah.
should be.
So we're talking games today, and the usual thing I usually start on is favorite games here. So if you have a list, or just a few games that you consider your favorites, would you like to tell me about it?
Of course, of course. So here's the situation. Fun fact, I was not really that much of a gamer until right before I became a VTuber. Fun fact. So I don't really have that much knowledge of most of the video games that most people would know about or like grew up with. You'll have a couple from for example, one of my best games from favorite games from childhood is actually Ratchet and Clank. Do you know the I forgot the word.
The platformer?
series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It was so good. It was like one of the only games that I actually kept playing because most of the other games were a little bit too scary for me at the time.
Huh.
So this one I just kept going. But for now, I would say that my favorites right now are a lot of them are, how do you call them? Roguelikes. So Hades is very much the top one at the moment. And as well as Risk of Rain 2. I quite enjoy that one. I'm not that good at it as I am with Hades, but I do enjoy playing it quite a bit. And now, one I am just simply addicted to, like MTG, Magic the Gathering, but like Arena because it's free. So
Risk of Rain is tough. Yes, I agree on that one.
Very much so. Very much so.
It doesn't help that I'm also addicted to Risk of Rain 2 at the moment. Like,
It's so good.
yeah, it is. I've been playing that for I think a month now, and I have mastered almost all the characters. I'm missing 2.
No,
Like,
really.
yeah, I completed the game on like the hardest difficulty with each character. I had to do a few things to do it like on a possible way. Like I had to remove the random factor of the artifacts and stuff like that, but it is possible. Like
Right, that makes sense.
I had to use the artifact of choosing, which basically lets me choose the items, and an artifact to just make the enemies drop the items instead of the boxes. That helps a lot on the game.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
changed the game completely,
that sounds
actually.
practical. Yeah, definitely. You don't have to like buy anything anymore.
Well, you still have the
you can pay
money,
some stuff.
but it's experience mostly. You can still
Yeah.
find drones lying around to help you out. Those are really cool
Oh, yeah, those are
distractions
practical.
too.
Yeah, those like the drones. It's kind of funny because like when you start with the game and you see the drones and you're like, oh, extra damage, or like, oh, I'm getting healed or whatever. That's not what the drones are for. The drones are there to take the fire from you, right?
But
So
to distract
they
the enemy.
technically, yeah, to distract the enemy. So like they technically are healing you, but in a passive way, making it so sure that the enemies don't hit you. They try to hit them instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
So
super
yeah,
handy.
it's better to have. One time I had like a swarm of like 10 or 15 of those. It was so good because I was never targeted.
Hello, thank you for the follow. Oh, let me see how this reads. Creations Cujo. Oh, thank you
That's
for the
how I call
follow.
them.
Okay, Creations Cujo.
Yeah.
Blue Heart Official, thank you for the follow.
Yeah. But you know what?
Hmm?
These past months, I have actually enjoyed, I have actually had a lot of fun with the last, how do you call it? With the last games that I have been playing. I think they may become some of my favorites, if not like very some quite in the context that like the past few months I have been on a Dark Souls marathon kind of deal.
Yeah, it shows for the playlist.
Yeah, I have been playing Dark Souls a lot. I played through the whole Dark Souls 1, didn't 100 it, but I did like beat it on like the normal, the normal.
Have a great stream, D.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, Creation Studio, they are always so
Oh.
how do you call it?
So sweet.
Yeah, that's a good one. I am forgetting my language.
Thank you.
But that's not
Okay.
odd.
Pacific Judas, thank you for the follows, and Creation Studio, thank you for the beats. I appreciate it. Super appreciate it. But yeah, when it comes to Dark Souls, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I'm the kind of guy that likes to be a little bit stubborn when it comes to losing on games. I lost a life here. I'm going back there and recovering what I lost, no matter what I am or what I have. Like, I have nothing to defend myself. I just go, grab my stuff, and get out. If I die on the way, I have to do it again and again and again, so my stuff gets to a safer place so I can collect them. I'll do it. That's why I kind of don't like Dark Souls, because I'm way too hot-headed and go way on when I should just wait, analyze, and then strike. When it comes to Dark Souls, that's the key of the thing, for what I know.
Yeah, you have to be very patient in some situations, or literally just learn how. Yeah, it's patience, at least in learning. You know.
Hello, thanks chat. Also, yeah, hydrate. Thank you for the reminder of that.
Yay, 10 shot.
But yeah,
they like if my chat is here and you have a water themed anything, they're gonna try to drown you. They always do it for me constantly.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
I have the soul link kind of redeemed here. When I have someone like it's just another one, it's not a group of people, the redeems are also applicable to the guests.
Oh, wait, so they can do that and make it so that I also drink?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh shit.
Hope you
Why
have
would
water
do?
too.
Why would you do this to yourself?
That was an
Honestly.
idea for one of the people I was doing a souling Nuzlocke with. And I decided, why not I just run with it? You know, it's fun.
I mean, yeah, indeed. Yeah, there it is. Kinro's saying, that's true, we will try to drown you.
It's okay. I drink
They will murder you.
I'll drink lots of water daily, so this helps.
See, here's the thing. That's something funny
Hmm?
that I do. Like in my chat is actually very active with channel point rewards, and that's something that I really like. And I don't tell them this, but I quite enjoy whenever they actually like get in and try to be part of the game, because I have a couple channel rewards that actually affect my gameplay in some ways.
Ooh.
The most known one, and the ones that they like the most, is called Zawarudo.
Oh.
You may infer what that means or what that would change on me.
Do you want to stop time on the game? You have to pause it?
No, I don't have to pause it. I have to stop playing for 10 seconds.
Oh.
They love to use it on like on
On
places
boss
that are
fights.
very dangerous or boss fights.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have fun. I suffer. But that's like going back to Dark Souls. That is one thing that actually I am fine with, because for some reason, trauma, I am very patient.
Yeah.
I tend to be quite patient in many of my interactions in doing anything, basically. So Dark Souls is literally just another thing where I have to be patient, and it's not really all that hard for me to do. I can repeat. Sometimes I get impatient, but however, at that moment, I have already learned different possibilities that I can do. So like I like by the time that I'm getting tired of like a certain area or stuff, I have learned already where the enemies are, how they move, and stuff like that. So just running through them, it's actually not that hard. It takes me like 2 or 3 times to actually just like, fuck this area, I'm gonna run.
You know how to skip it, or you know how to deal with the boss because you know the patterns. It's not that deep.
Exactly. Well, if it's a boss and it's taking me a long time, and I'm like, fuck this, I just like go somewhere else, because I usually like leave a lot of stuff to not do, to not do immediately.
Right. So you can
So
go
like I
back
just like,
later.
and like do something more chill or whatever, and then I go back to the boss. However, like I have, especially in Dark Souls 2, I haven't really had that much of an issue with bosses until this one, until the one that I'm fighting right now. I think it's, what's the name of the boss that I'm fighting right now? Is it Knight something Knight? Folly Knight? I don't know.
Fallen Knight? I don't know.
No, I think it's like Knight of something. Fume Knight, yeah, Fume Knight.
Ooh.
I have been told is one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Oh wow.
But I'm getting the hang of it, especially because I love using these things. I love using freaking ultra great swords.
Oh.
And here comes another thing that I love to do with my streams.
Oh.
Most of the time, whenever I do like a stream of a game, especially with Dark Souls, I think Dark Souls is the thing that started it all. Is that I try to like get PNGs, the casuals like, yeah.
Yeah, it kills me too. It's
So like, yeah, like, hey, don't mess with me.
this is how they.
So like something, yeah,
Yeah.
something I like to do here is like to make stuff or get PNGs that have to do with the game. So like very recently, like last week actually, I started playing a game, another roguelike game that is called Peglin. Do you know it?
It sounds familiar. Pegling.
It's like Peggle. It's like Peggle, like the game Peggle.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you grab the game Peggle, and you make it a roguelike. So the point is that you have like stones or little orbs that you
Mhm.
have to throw, and the amount of pegs that it hits on the way down is the amount of damage that you
Oh.
do.
Oh,
So
I'd never heard of pegs before, but it sounds super familiar. Maybe where I live it's called something different, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of
yeah, like
similar
I
to
didn't.
pool.
Mhm.
It's kind of similar to that. To pool.
Yeah, kinda.
But
So
yeah.
like I am not like I also didn't know about this game before. Apparently, it's like an U.S. American thing.
Oh.
But then I learned about Peglin, and I was like, oh, so it's related to this other game that's called Peggle. But then I was like, my mind is rotten already, so I was like, let's peg together, kind of deal, you know. So so
Oh.
I made this. I actually made
Oh.
this thing. Not here. Mm,
A group event.
I
Yo.
can do it. I can do it for it to move better. So this one. So
Mhm.
the okay, that's better. So the let me
Man,
whatever. Anyway,
that's fine.
so we have this thing. So the protagonist in that game has a little bag with
Mhm.
all of the rocks or all of the
Peggle.
balls that they are throwing,
Mm-hmm.
the orbs that they
The
throw.
orbs.
So I made my own because I'm Colombian. So I have to use this. You know, it's very important
Huh.
to be able to use this mochila. This mochila, it's like a guayu. It's typical in Colombia.
Oh, that looks like a
So
bolso. Huh.
yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. So I use that, but also when I play Hades,
Oh,
I use
cool.
these ones.
Oh.
I have one for every
Every type of weapon on Hades?
type of weapon. Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Well,
super
type of
nice.
weapon. I don't have like all. How many is it? 4 times 6, 5 times
For
6, 4 times 6. 30, 24. I don't have all the 24 weapons. I only have like the basic 6.
ah, okay. Oh, that works.
But yeah,
That,
like
that works.
I like to give it a little bit of a
Of
thing.
a yeah, that makes it a little bit more special, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It gives it a little bit of a charisma to the game. It's like, hey, it's not just it's not a VTuber just playing the game. It's a VTuber embodying the game. It's not just like
Immersion.
my it's
It's
immersion.
yo. Let's
It's not just
go.
my character killing everyone with a Zweihander. It's me killing everyone with a Zweihander, you know?
Ah,
We call it a no handa in my case.
nice. Yeah, I need to implement something like that. Like I have like as you guys can see, I'm going to segue a little bit to the charity now that I'm at it.
Yeah.
So as you can see on top of me, you see the individual rewards and the overall goals. On the normal streams, I usually just play games, you know, just vibing, playing a single player or maybe multiplayer game. So for each donation, the chat can affect the game either for $1 or for 10. You can choose for $1, just make me lose a life or just die at the moment. Let's say I'm playing Overwatch, I have to just throw myself into a cliff or just go ahead, go ahead and let an enemy headshot me or something like that. Or if
Okay.
I'm playing a single player game, I just have to, well, lose a life. That's actually pretty much it. It's less painful than just waiting for the enemy to just come at me and kill me. But
Yeah,
yeah.
understandable.
And then for $10, they can change the whole stream. Like I'm playing one game, I have to play another. No
Damn.
questions asked. And then
Yeah,
change the
that's
game
pretty
based
cool.
on that. Yeah. As for this stream though, you can change the song that is playing right now, I can change to the next one. Or if you want, I can change the model I have right now for another one. It will be random though. So yeah, fair warning. I have a
Cool.
bunch of models, so it could be fun to see what I can pick up.
Oh, the song right now is Hades. That's lovely.
Yes, the painful way.
The painful way. By the way, chat, did you know that Venerius here told me to choose all of the songs for today's stream? So you're going to be listening to like all of the songs that you're gonna be listening to
Oh yeah.
are from the playlist I made. That's called like video game music or whatever. It's kind of cool.
Shiua video game music, it's called. You can check the playlist with the command that is on the title of the stream. It's called yeah, they can. I made a command for the playlist and your socials. It's exclamation point GPL for the playlist and exclamation point TG for your socials.
PG. Oh, today's guest.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Go listen to the playlist. It's fire.
It is. My God.
Basically, you'll get to see what are probably my favorite games and stuff.
Also, this is an experimental playlist because the usual thing I do is limit the playlist you can build to 15 songs. But I wanted to experiment a little bit and let the guest go ham with it. And instead of 15, I got 50. Oh.
Yeah, you told me like at least 15.
No,
so
it's fine. It's
so
great.
Yeah, you told me at least 15. So you're like, oh, you think I only have 15?
No, nobody has 15. Everybody struggles with that. That's the point.
Exactly. I feel like it's a good idea to have a bunch of them, because in this way you are able to, like, whenever you put them on on shuffle, there's actually like more of a chance to get different ones.
Yes, that's the perfect way to go.
Doggo?
Oh, the name is Sasu. It's
Sasu.
Yeah, it's an acronym. It means storage and salvage unit. You can make it talk if you have channel points though.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a Sasu message. That's the name of the redeem. If you want to make it talk, just type something and it will talk.
I have noticed that that is something interesting. Like, I think going back to like checking the channel messages thing.
Yes.
I forgot. You have 1 through 6, 8. You got 8 of them.
The channel points?
That's about normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about like the normal amount of channel points that people usually have.
Yeah,
I about 25 or 30.
Yeah, that's because I still planning on adding more.
I see. That's cool. But I have noticed that, like, a bunch of different streamers that are like big or whatever, they don't actually have that many channel points.
It depends on the streamer. It depends way too much on the streamer, because some streamers go ham. Like, bigger channels or at least medium-sized channels have a lot of redeems. My God,
That's me.
that's great.
Yeah, that's me.
That's a lot of interaction.
I go ham with the redeems.
I mean, that's a lot of
I do.
interaction, so that's great.
That's the main reason to why to have the freaking channel redeems after all.
Then there are some like really big channels that have nothing to do with the channel points, and you ended up with 100k if you really like the streamer. It's so painful. Imagining all the hydrates, yeah. And some people don't even have those. Like, no stretch, no hydrate, nothing. They just have the emotes one. It's weird.
33 ones I have. Actually, no. 37. Damn.
Jesus.
And I'm still adding more, but that's the freaking point.
Yeah.
That's the freaking point. You know,
Have
it's
fun.
interaction.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of people who speak Spanish in my streams, for example, like in my chat, they mostly just speak Spanish. So I have one that is for me to speak Spanish for 5 minutes. Right?
That's one of my goals. Having a full Spanish stream. I don't
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to go well or not, but yeah.
I mean, it may be possible. I also have mine. Mine is on 200.
Wait.
Not sure if we'll arrive there, but yeah, we got it.
Yeah, mine is on 150. Yeah, I just have
Yours
till.
is easier.
Yeah, mine is easier. But yeah.
I got it. Hey, now that we're talking about this, hey people, donate to the charity. It's a lovely work that people are doing. It's research for kids with very difficult diseases like cancer. So any kind of help,
Any
helps.
yeah,
You know?
any kind of donation helps. Every dollar. You
Every single
can
dollar is going to do so much.
you can find the page to donate with exclamation point donate here on the chat, or taking a look on the about page of this or Shiua's channel, you will find the card with the link to the page, so you can donate.
Yeah, it's right there. You click and you just get to donating. Thank you very much.
But yeah, going back to games.
Yes.
So we already talked about a little bit of Hades, a little bit of Risk of Rain. How did you find Risk of Rain, though? I'm interested on that story.
Oh, how did I find Risk of Rain? That's a good question.
Because I remember finding this series
Oh.
specifically back when the second game was about to release. I remember playing Risk of Rain 1 through Hamachi with a friend, and we ended up just playing around, exploring the thing. It was super fun, and it's completely
Yeah, it
different
is
to the
very well
second.
made.
It's completely different to the second game, and I love it. How different one game to the sequel is. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like one is 2D and you got a bunch of different things, and the next one is completely changed, an absolute upgrade in different stuff, and it's pretty cool. However, what is the thing that made me? I think I just found it through VTubers. Like one of the first, I think one of the first VTubers that I saw playing this game was Nina Kosaka from Nijisanji EN.
Kosaka. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, she's actually one of my favorite VTubers. She's just so
Nice.
chill.
Yeah.
And she plays games. She plays very, very like, how do you call it? Like niche games. I have found so many games from her first. So like, for example, Risk of Rain, and then I saw her playing, and then I saw some other. Like I think also Girl DM. I also saw her playing Risk of Rain 2, and that's why I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's a type of roguelike kind of situation. I have played Hades already, so I enjoyed that one. So let's take a peek and see if I like other roguelikes as well. And then it all went down from there.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
think
about
Risk of
right.
Rain 2 was my second. Yeah, was my second roguelike probably. After Hades, right after Hades.
I think for me it was the third one that I just decided to play because I had the opportunity to it. The first one was Dead Cells, funny enough. I really liked the art style of Dead Cells.
It is very pretty.
Yeah, it's so pretty. I dropped it because I ended up just getting tired of repeating, and trying to find new routes was pretty hard at the time. But then I'm tempted to pick it up again because of the collabs it has now, like Castlevania and Guacamelee. I'm in for those.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super in for those. Question from Blueheart over here: what's a game that made you cry out of frustration?
Nah, I don't do that.
I mean,
I'm not. How do you call it? I am not dumb enough to keep playing a game that frustrates me to an extent. Like I just like if I am feeling down, I am very much the kind of person that will not be able to do a good marathon of a game because I feel myself being worn out way before I actually like start getting angry about it. And I'm the kind of person who like, hey, take care of yourself first, you know? So I'm like, okay, you know what, let's stop. That's why my streams are 3 hours tops most of the time, unless I am very, very much like trapped in a game. I try to keep my streams relatively short, take a rest and stuff like that. However, I would say that maybe back when I was a wee little snake, I would go to my friend's house and we would stay like all night, basically playing games. And we would play the story mode of Dragon Ball Z games, like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, for example. And some of those fights, took like freaking days to actually beat. Remember that we were also very small, very bad at games kids. So, but I would say, yeah, weirdly enough, Dragon Ball games, Dragon Ball fighting games are the ones that have made us cry in frustration, just switching the controllers back and forth, being like, I can't do this, kind of deal. Like, we will literally get so into it. We would be like, okay, we have to think how the people in Dragon Ball would think. What would they do in this situation?
Scream and power up.
Kinda, exactly. So we would literally scream and we would tell the person that is playing, is like, come on, friend, you can do this. Think that this dude, like, think that Frieza killed your mom or something.
What the hell?
Think that Frieza killed me and power up as a Super Saiyan or whatever. It was so funny.
Yeah, I have kind of a similar situation there where instead of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was Infinite World. Because I'm going to put good money on the table and risk it saying the hardest fighting game from Dragon Ball, it's Infinite World. Infinite World CPUs goes way too hard, especially on the story mode. Like I think it's called World C or something like that. That thing has like 5 difficulties, from very easy to I think Sea Warrior difficulty. So if you play that thing, you reach the Buu Saga, you reach the final battle against Majin Buu, that thing is going to destroy the fuck out of you. No mercy.
Yeah,
Even on very easy, that fight, it's impossible. You have to plan every single move and beg to God don't get hit for the boost super, because he can do it whenever and wherever he wants. And it's impossible to win this struggle against the CPU on that game. It's impossible.
Oh, damn, okay.
Like,
Don't range up play kids, exactly, Blue Heart, exactly.
it felt so good beating that game. Even on very easy, it feels so good, but it's still so much bullshit to deal with.
Yeah, that was our Dark Souls at the time.
Ooh, the Dragon Ball Z game on the Kinect. That's that's funny.
Damn,
Oh,
that's true.
don't
But yeah,
reach
I don't know.
kids.
Frustration. That is something. Yeah, I think I at first I actually didn't want to try playing games like Dark Souls, for example,
Just because
of
of
the
that.
frustration factor, because it would be like too hard and stuff like that. But then I started watching people playing. Like the games are completely spoilered for me, like
Yeah.
completely spoiled for
I
me.
mean-
Like I know the story, I know everything. Like when I started playing Dark Souls 1, I knew where the Zweihander was. So the first moment that I could go get the thing, I went to get the thing. You know, so like I'm not here to have a difficult time. I'm here to have a good time.
Honestly,
If I can cheat, I will.
I mean,
And that's basically the point of Dark Souls games. I have noticed that it's not that they are difficult. It's a lot more of like that they need knowledge for you to know.
yeah,
They need you to learn. They need
They-
you to take your time.
yeah, they need you to learn, but they don't give you the tools for it. You have to learn the hard way. They give you
Yeah.
so much as a cookie, and they just throw you into a world full of like ghouls, zombies, and dogs that attack you. No mercy.
Yeah, the game itself is not really going to tell you anything. I am so glad that I started playing it now, because there is so many people that have played it to its completion many times. And so I literally am like, there's something missing here. Hey chat, what should I do now? Hey chat, where do I go? Hey chat, is there anything fun around here? How strong is this weapon? and I make it stronger. Oh, I do this perfect, and I don't know. Like people let people say whatever they want. I like to cheat. It's fun.
I
It's
mean,
fun.
if I find myself in a situation that I want to save time or just I don't know how to progress here, I will consult a wiki or a playthrough. I don't mind
Yeah,
doing that
exactly.
because I don't like wasting too much time. I kind of have this speedrunner mentality on that
Oh,
regard. Like it happened to me when
yeah,
I
same.
was playing, I think DMC2. There was a point that I thought, where the fuck do I go now?
Yeah,
Merikuting.
yeah, exactly. Medicating.
Really good thing.
By the way,
Yeah.
now you're speaking about that, actually, I just remembered Hades may have been one of my first kind of like games. Like it was my first um roguelike, but it was not my first hard game. I actually like it's also the first hard game that I actually played. It was also the first game that I ever bought with my own money,
Ooh.
or like without like here's the thing, I had like a relatively sheltered kind of growing up situation,
Mm-hmm.
like not a lot of money, not a lot of stuff like that, so like I always felt like I had to ask like my parents or something to buy stuff, you know. Like I did get myself a PS3 when I went to uh, how do you call it, I forgot the name, USA
Uh.
one time, but like I did not do it by myself. I literally like considered it, called my dad, called my mom, and I was like, hey, are you sure? And she was like, I mean, yeah, it's cheaper over there, kind of situation, no?
Yeah.
So like I got it and stuff like that. But the first game that I actually bought was right after the COVID pandemic started, and when we were ill, we were all in our homes and stuff. There was this charity going, and at the time I was working, I was getting a good amount of money. I was being able to save some amount of it, and there was this charity going that was for, how do you call it, humble bundle.
Oh, right. Yeah, Humble Bundle has
It's
some
the,
really great offers, yeah.
yeah, and that one had fifth, like I had it had about 500 games or something like that, like, or
Jesus.
keys. I'm not sure if it was, maybe it was $500 worth of games,
Maybe.
but stuff like that, you know. So like there were a lot of indie titles, a bunch of stuff that were just trying to help for to get like medical equipment
You got
to
the
hospitals that didn't have.
you got the roguelike bundle. I remember that.
No, it was
No?
not the roguelike bundle, actually. It was
Oh.
one of the first one. It was the Hollow Knight bundle. It was the indie
Oh.
bundle. So
Oh.
I got Hollow Knight and a bunch of other games that I have played, some of them. But the thing is that Hollow Knight was there, and I bought it for like, I don't know, $40.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
holy shit, that was the first game that I actually like played that wasn't free to play. Like until then, every single game that I had like played, I tried to make it as cheap as possible, or as like it was always I'm not sure how to say. No, yeah, it was pirated. Like in Colombia, it's not that bad.
I mean,
Don't come at me.
in all of Latin America, it's not that bad. You know how the situation is down here.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like you just put like you just get the you get the little you get the you get the PlayStation, you put a little microchip in there, and now it can read absolutely every kind of CD possible. So hey, the only thing that you cannot do is connect it to the internet, but I didn't have friends, so it doesn't really matter.
Region exclusive stuff is a myth for us.
Exactly. Like, oh, region exclusive. Haha. Well, this person in the center of the city, in the center of the city, is just going to sell me 10 games for the amount that I would be able to buy half a game where you can in GameStop. So but yeah, so like everything that I had gotten was like bad quality. It was like kind of or it just wouldn't be very interesting. Like the best games that I was able to get were literally Ratchet and Clank, you
Huh.
know.
Well,
Like those were the ones that I would say like, oh, this is like a very like this is like a quality game, you know? That and like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. But all of those, I felt like they were games to play with your friends and stuff. Not really that had a lot of
single
story and
player.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, like Ratchet and Clank was one of them. But the first one that I actually played that I was like for actually I think yeah, what made it different is that it was for PC. Like I played it on my laptop. Not even a good place. And I played it using the keyboard from the laptop. So
Oh.
yeah, difficulty spike, but I didn't know about that because I didn't have a controller at the time or anything. So I just got the game, and damn, it was game changing. You know, I immediately noticed like, oh, I can actually like buy games that I want to play. What? And it took me, I don't know, like month or 2 months or something like that to 100% Hollow Knight. But like you were saying, at a moment I was like lost. I would just Google it. Like, who cares? Like, I just want to complete it. I don't care about exploring and everything. Like, I mean, when you first arrive to like a place, I'm not just going to be like, how do I get out of this place? No, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to learn about it, and then I'm going to cheat and be like, okay, how the hell do I go out of here?
I mean,
if I don't
yeah.
find an if I don't find an exit, of course.
Yep, pretty much.
but but yeah, like it was, I don't know, yeah. So like I think the first game that I recognized as in like this was hard, I had to put an effort into actually beating it, I think it was, yeah, Hollow Knight, very much. Especially like the first, like it was very much the thing, the first fight with Hornet was the thing that very much was like, you gotta get good. Took me like, I don't know, 15 times, 15 tries to do. And I was like, after that, I was like, oh, I was killing bosses a lot, like so much easily, a lot more easily than at that moment. They're all like, oh shit, the game actually told me how to do stuff. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Hollow Knight is it's an experience. It's funny because I had the opportunity to buy it, and instead of buy it for myself, I buy it for a friend as a birthday gift.
Okay.
I just give it to them. That and a game named Kenshi. I think it's the correct name of it. But yeah, it's funny. I still need to play that because it's right up my alley. I love platformers. Metroidvanias, it's kind of like a mix. It's like kind of like a mixed feeling for it. Like I kind of like it, I kind of don't. But I still need to try out like Symphony of the Night
Hollow
and
Knight is
Super
a
Metroid.
lot, right? Like Hollow Knight is very much I forgot the name. It's very much a Metroidvania. It's a lot more Metroidvania than platformers. Like it has platformer elements, but it's not really
A
a
platformer.
platforming game. Yeah, no, it's not really a platformer. It's not really like hard enough or designed in a way for the platforms to be the challenge. It's very much everything around that moves and attacks you to be the challenge, not really
Right.
the platforms itself. Like if anything, that's a lot more into like Ratchet and Clank has a lot more platforming than Hollow Knight, just to give you
A perspective, yeah.
to,
Yeah,
a
I get it.
perspective to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Like
Fun.
I do remember, now that I think about it, there's a lot about Ratchet and Clank that I can describe what I like about roguelikes now to an extent. Think about it. Like, for example, something that I didn't notice until way into actually streaming live was that I did not enjoy streaming things that are too slow. Like I started playing Subnautica, and on the stream, that was like one of the first games that I played on stream. Not with this model, by the way. Like it was way before I got partner. No, it's not partner. It's affiliate. Is it an affiliate or partner?
Affiliate. Partner. Remember that partner gives you the check mark and a few other like additional stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I always confuse both of them because they're just like, oh, they're names.
They're just the same. One gives you more than the other, but
yeah, one
but
is
more of
when
the same.
You are actually like big.
Yeah. But still, though.
But affiliate. So when I first got affiliate, what? No, this was like way before that, right? When I didn't had literally anybody watching my streams. I had like one person, and this one person only watched me because I was playing Subnautica, and was like, they were kind of like role playing with me being the captain and them being like the computer. So it's kind of funny. I would just like ask them like, hey, what the hell do I do now? Kind of. But I don't know, like there were points in which like, and this is why I also think that I wouldn't really enjoy playing Minecraft, because I just get, I don't know, tired of my own voice or feeling too stressed. Like I can come up with a bunch of different stuff to just talk about and be a nuisance, but I don't know, like I feel like the stress to come up with something to talk about whenever I play these games. However, when I play roguelikes, especially roguelikes that are the type like Hades, like Risk of Rain, like Dead Cells, like Have a Nice Death, like others that are like very, very, very fast paced, that's the thing is that you can talk about the game, you know?
Yeah.
And then you can do comments about the game and stuff like that. And then the things like follow, like everything is moving so fast that the conversation follows a lot more easily for me, at least I feel like that. And that's something that I also think I liked about Ratchet and Clank. Like you didn't have time to think, you had to jump around and not get hit. Which is fun. I don't know, like I like that a lot. Like I do think that the speed very much increases from game to game. Like the first game is like the one where you can take like a lot of your time. You can be like very careful, you can kill things one by one and stuff. You would hate watching me play, or at the time how I played Ratchet and Clank 1, because it was literally a coward's move. Constantly I was like, okay, now I have to move and this one has not to kill me, and I will like stay like 500 feet away from an enemy and like shoot one by one, and like it would take forever to kill go through a level. Like literally the enemies wouldn't actually kill me most of the time. It would be like a missed jump that I do, and then it would just fall to my death and I have to start again. It was boring. Like no one would want to watch that. But
he was playing Metal Gear on fucking Ratchet and Clank. I love it.
I was playing Metal Gear with Ratchet and Clank for real. Like the game is meant to be played guns blazing, being like, yo, I got everyone. However, you only get 4 hits, right? And no, at the beginning you only get 3 hits, and then you can upgrade it up to 6, I think. But like you only get hit those 6 hits, and that's it. Like at the best.
Yeah.
But I was a little anxious kid. That's the thing. This is something that I noticed very late in my life, and I was like, oh shit, all of those feelings back when I was a kid, anxiety.
Yeah.
And like just straight up anxiety, undiagnosed, I don't know. And it was very obvious whenever I was playing these kind of games, because I felt like the, how do you call it? The reward, no, the punishment outplayed the reward so much. So I was constantly afraid. That changed with the Ratchet and Clank 3. Because that one, like, I feel like the checkpoints were like a lot closer together to each other. The weapons were stronger, stuff like that. So I felt a lot more comfortable going on like guns blazing kind of situation, no?
Yeah.
And that was like, that's one of my favorite games of all time. and then
Yo.
we get Awita.
Hey,
Awita
Awi.
Hi, Snack. How are ya?
Hey, Awi. How's it going?
Yeah, and what else? I don't know. Yeah, like, so I think that I noticed that late on because I actually started avoiding games that seemed very fast paced because they would give me freaking anxiety. So I started like avoiding those games. I started to play more games that were like, if they were fast paced, they were fighting games. And I would only fight with my friends because I couldn't connect to the internet. Because
People are picky. People are picky. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's so like a bunch of different games that I like, unless it's Ratchet and Clank, I still didn't like any game that would be like very fast paced and stuff. And then I started streaming, and then I discovered Hades, and then I was like, the fact that Hades gives you so much rewards every time you get punished is like, oh shit, this is so cool. So I didn't feel bad actually getting into a heat of it and stuff like that. And that's why I get now basically all of my games are either fast paced or very difficult, and I don't feel bad about it.
Nice.
So it's just a whole ass story that.
You turn around, you rediscovered a love for action games, like fast-paced action games.
Yeah, exactly.
In my case,
now that I think about it, also God of War, but because God of War was probably because God of War is just so stinking easy.
well, depending on the God of War.
It's so easy. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I would always go for like normal, right? And normal is easy. It just looks hard.
We're talking new God of War, right? Like the newer 2 God of War games, like
No,
God of War
I
and
have
Ragnarok.
never played. No, I mean the original ones.
The original. Well,
They were
maybe
easy.
not that easy. There was one point on God of War. There was one point on God of War 2 that was so precise to complete a puzzle that if you didn't complete it, you will be stuck there for hours. It's not hard. It's just tedious because of the timing you need to do it. You need to put a thing on one side, wait for the current of the river to carry it to the other side of the room, and then grab that thing on the other side of the room. What's the problem? Kratos is not that fast, and the camera angle of that specific room was fixed, so it was hard to control Kratos on that thing. It was weird.
I'ma be honest with you. I have no recollection of this. I played it when I was a wee 13-year-old kind of situation.
Played it on the same time, yeah.
Yeah, no, I do not remember that. However, I do remember that I was playing that game alongside YouTube.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I was literally playing it with, like, I'm telling ya, I was a cheeky little brat from the very beginning. Like, there's no way that I'm going to put an effort. Like, literally, the roguelikes are the things that made me put an effort. Now, because from the beginning, it's literally like, I'm gonna cheat. I don't give a fuck. Like, I would be the kid that would look for the cheat codes and pass the game for the first time on invincibility mode. That was like, that's why I'm saying that I was not a gamer. I just wanted to play the game and feel like an immovable, immortal being. And then I started playing games that actually don't have that.
Right, God mode. Gotcha.
Like, like basically Hollow Knight was like the first game that no, Ratchet and Clank. I did put my a lot of hours into actually like beating that game as it was intended, like without. Mostly because I didn't really know how to do the cheats. Because with the, like, it's kind of funny. Did you know that the cheats there are actually movements that you have to do? It's like not just up, down, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like you have to do a triple jump backwards and then hit twice kind of situation. And I didn't have I didn't have the motor coordination to actually be able to do. Like you had to win those freaking cheats. You have to work for the cheats. And you're like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. that sounds fun.
Yeah.
That
But
sounds
yeah,
super
like first actually gamer game that I completed without actually like cheating with cheat codes and stuff like that. Hollow Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, in my case, I usually played action games just to, unload a little bit of stress. Just
Mm.
beat the crap out of something on a fighting game or an action game. It's always just a little bit relaxing, Distresses a little bit.
Yeah, fair.
You know.
I know someone who distresses with Dark Souls.
I did it with Budokai Tenkaichi 3 specifically. I remember giving that thing a lot of hours. I remember having a complete summer playing between that and Most Wanted, like Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Oh,
That's a
oof.
classic, yeah.
That's a classic that I never played.
And
but
we
it's
cannot
kinda fun.
play it nowadays because of like the music
no?
it has. No, because of the music it has.
Oh, you mean in streaming?
Yeah, in streaming. We can still play it, like we
Well,
can
you can
grab
just
the
mute it.
remake. Yeah, we can just mute it. We can grab it for the remake on Steam, I think it is. And then you have the option of emulating it if you have the original.
Right, that makes sense. You know what's something that actually killed my ability to become a gamer at that time?
What?
That I was too much of a counterculture kid.
Counterculture.
Yeah, in the context of like, oh, something is popular, I don't like it then.
Oh, the hipster, right.
Yeah, kinda. No, the hipster tends to be the kind of person that is like, oh, I know this new thing that I actually like. No, I was just against the popular things. So like I didn't know about new things. I just didn't like the important ones. Didn't like the big ones. For example, like Xbox. Like for some reason, everything that I liked, I considered that they were the less popular things. For example, I don't know, PlayStation. Even though PlayStation is like was always extremely popular. Well, like I had a PlayStation 2 instead of Xbox kind of situation, no?
Mm-hmm.
So I never played Halo or Call of Duty. I was also very bad at those games, and were not colorful enough for me to care.
I'm the kind of person that if you give me a first-person shooter, give me a keyboard and mouse. Don't give me a joystick. It's just not going to end well. He stayed away from the trends.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was just that kind of kid.
Also, we live in Latin America. We cannot afford the trends.
Exactly. unless you were one of the kids that were like on private schools, which for some reason I was. However, I was the poor kid on the private school.
You
So
barely afford the
everyone was
school.
paying the fuckers.
Jesus Christ.
Like all of the people were able to like actually afford these games, and like there was a meme about me in my school, how whenever I tried to play first person shooters, I would always be like looking at the ground, shooting at the ground, and sometimes like I would just jump, throw a grenade, and kill myself.
I mean, I kind of do that when it comes to grenade launchers because of the like geometry I usually do for it. Like, I want the enemy that it's in front of me to get away. I usually point out downwards so the bomb hits them straight up. Like, it's not on an arc above them, nor it's too low. So it just hits them. I also do that because of the ability I like to use, which is the rocket launch. I usually
the rocket jump?
Yeah, the rocket jump. I usually either throw a land grenade that propels me backwards while I'm still shooting at the floor and still hitting the enemy. That's at least my strategy. Yeah, that's my strategy. It's complicated to explain, but once you execute it, it's completely easy. Like, it's super easy.
I see. See, like when I was with my friend, like when I was invited to like birthday parties and stuff like that, and I would get to play those things, my Mm, how do you call it? My plan, quote unquote,
The game plan, yeah.
was mostly, my game plan was mostly stay in a single game, in a single place, and just shoot wildly whenever someone gets close. It would never work.
The good old camper, yeah.
Yeah, just because I was afraid, I didn't know how to do anything.
It's
I was like,
fine.
please don't kill me, please don't. That's that kind of stuff. That kind of situation, you know.
The only one allowed to take you out is yourself. Or
Yeah,
on the
and
best
it
case
never
scenario,
worked.
if I'm getting out, I'm taking you with me. Kind of. I like that. I like that
exactly.
scenario mode more. Like
That's
you
a-
kill
that's a
me,
good
I kill
idea.
you. In return.
Yeah, true that, yes. But yeah,
Yeah.
so don't put that first-person shooter in front of me, please. I will not play it.
It's funny. I have.
I need to see the freaking character. I need to see like third person.
Third
please.
person is way
Not a-
better for me.
Yeah.
It's way better for me, but I have to admit, after being forced to play first-person shooters by a group of friends, you get better at it even if you want it or not. It's funny.
I mean, of course, that it just comes with experience.
Like,
it's just,
I remember it was like, I think 2019, a group of friends started playing Rainbow Six. And I just so happened to have the game because a friend forced me to buy it a year prior. I didn't even touch it after I bought it and played 2 games, I think, and that's it.
I see.
We picked that up, and we ended up playing for a whole year. Then we just started doing our own thing, like each one separate. We hang out every now and then, just talk. And then I picked up another first-person shooter. Like, I think I picked up Overwatch 1 before it releases the new one. I played a few games of that, and I noticed something. How the fuck am I killing these people and getting so many headshots now? I barely could shoot a fucking Reinhardt that was standing there before, and I can now shoot a fucking Widowmaker on the other side of the map. What the hell happened here? Turns out, even if you have sight problems, you can get good at first-person shooters with enough practice and management. It's weird. Like, I have eye problems. I'm using glasses at the moment. And I still have a good time on a first-person shooter, even though I used to hate them. I didn't even like them. But it grows. It grows on you if you try hard enough, I guess.
Like, see, you put like Overwatch on there, and I'm like, okay, here's the situation with me. For me to like a game, aesthetics is basically everything. Like
that's yeah.
I will never be able to like Halo. I will never be able to like Call of Duty or Gears of War, specifically because those games be, I don't know, gray.
I can get behind Gears of War.
I'm not sure really.
Call of Duty and Gears of War I can get behind because either they look too samey on the character design wise, and in the case of Call of Duty, it's just real life guns. We kill each other with those. Yeah, if I want that, I have a free version of that called Counter-Strike Global Offensive right here. But when it comes to Halo, it's just a preference thing. You need to try it to know if you like it or not, in my opinion.
I have played it. Like, I have played it. I have played like mostly with friends and stuff because I never owned an Xbox, like ever. But like every time that I would go to a friend's house, they would have an Xbox and they would want to play Halo, and I would watch the game, and I'm like, why is this so like it causes me, like, it literally caused me anxiety to watch it. It literally made me depressed. I was like watching it like, this is so like the art is not my, like, I understand people that like it. I cannot deal with it.
Yeah,
deal with that art style, with that aesthetic. It's just not for me.
The only time I tried like Halo seriously was one time a friend present to us a free version of online Halo 1. I think it was called Project Cartographer. We played that, we laughed our asses off playing that thing on multiplayer. That was fun. The aesthetics were meh, but the fun we had was amazing. It's insane. But yeah, it depends on the experience you have with the game that it will actually make you like or not. Also,
Right.
question.
Yeah,
will
Terraria,
you?
I have
Yeah,
not played it.
really?
I'm not sure. I have not played it ever. No.
Oh,
Like, as I'm telling you, I am a gamer noob. I have played very little games. I have never played Metal Gear Solid, Aesthetic Situation. I
yeah.
have never played Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. I've never played. What other like? Give me. Just give me a list of like very popular games. I'll
Bayonetta.
tell you if I played them. No.
Counter
Okay, I've never
Strike.
had a Nintendo.
Well,
I have only had PlayStation consoles.
well, Metal Gear Rising is also on like everything. It's same with Bayonetta 1. Bayonetta 1 is on PC too, if you want to try it out. Metal Gear Rising.
I've never played any Metal Gear.
Ooh, okay. I have kind of a same situation with Metal Gear. I haven't played too much Metal Gear just because of the fact that I'm here to play a fucking game and not to watch a movie. It's kind of funny how long the cutscenes are, and then you cut to gameplay a few minutes, maybe an hour if you are having a tough time there. Then to another cutscene. It's so painful, and the fact that you cannot skip the thing, it's bullshit.
Right. Oh, another one that you said that like, I'm not here to watch a movie. The ones that I have seen that are like Resident Evil. Also, not my deal. Nah. I have seen people play, and I have also noticed that like, yeah, there's a lot of gameplay, but also, wow, this is very boring. Very like, oh, you're like an actual person. You're like a real ass person with a gun. Like, I think I just don't like normal guns. I just like anything that uses or mechanically stuff that has to do with guns and stuff. I'm not interested. I've never played Call of Duty. Like Ratchet and Clank works because have you seen those things? Those are weapons of mass destruction and also
Yes.
cartoon weapons. Like you could give a gun from Ratchet and Clank to Bugs Bunny and nothing is changed.
I like that
That's
idea.
something that is very important to me. Like I like there's a reason why Overwatch is one of the only FPS
Yeah.
like only first person shooters that I was considering playing.
Yeah, the aesthetic of Overwatch is what sells it for me too. Like,
Exactly.
I love the character design on that game. That is one of the things that I will always praise when it comes to Overwatch. The
Yeah,
other
at
decisions
least
the game had during the years, that might be questionable, but the design of the characters, it's what I think, in my opinion, sell the game completely. Like, a robot ninja, a bow and arrow guy, a sniper with blue skin, it's just all over the place, all
I
over
watched
cool
a bunch of
designs.
people play just because of their cool designs and stuff. How sad that it's a Blizzard thing because
Yeah.
Blizzard is a trash company. So
Nowadays it
I'm
is.
not touching. Yeah, that's what like right. I'm saying is not was, but I mean probably was as well. But yeah, it's a freaking trash company full of misogyny and shit. And I'm not gonna help that play. I'm not gonna give any of my attention to their things. Like, thank you very much. I'll look somewhere else.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, it's just a choice. I'm not telling anyone else that what else they can do. But frenetic shooters, Doom. Oh, I'll give it to this. I was not interested in Doom,
But
at the
Ultra Kill
beginning,
sounds fun.
mostly because Ultra Kill looks fun. But here's the thing. I thought in the beginning, like I didn't have any idea what Doom was about until I saw the last one that came out. Is it Doom Infinite?
Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal, that one. And I saw some people play it, and it's like, oh, this does look kind of fun. Because I am a lot about, like, as I told you, I'm very much about like moving and killing and
Yeah,
destroying everyone's face. Like it is very Ratchet and Clank, but a lot more difficult and a lot more
gruesome.
gruesome, gory.
It give me
concentration.
a headache playing the first Doom, like the 2016 one. It gave me a little bit of a headache for too much orange and red, but credit is giving. The game is fun. The story doesn't give a shit. It's just go kill, have a good time, kill everything on your path, and complete the game.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do.
So I think like before I would not be able to like I don't think I would have played it. I think now I would be down to playing Ultra Killer Doom. Like at least try them out, you know?
I feel so out of place. I'm but a little musician who knows nothing about video games. Well, you should study video game music, dude. Trust me, it's worth it tenfold.
Hollow Knight, it's an amazing game for music. Like they do very well with like I don't know if some musics like if any like
Musicians.
song has played.
Yeah,
from
it played
Hollow
like
Knight, like in the background.
three songs.
Two
I
of them?
think. Yeah, two of them.
That's cool.
3 of them.
Yeah,
No,
I
wait,
like-
4 of them. Oh, okay.
4 Hollow Knight songs, that's cool.
Yeah, we are on Budokai
Oh,
Tenkaichi
yeah, like-
2 right now.
Hey, yeah.
Let's go. It's been playing for a while now. I think it is an extended
Yeah,
version.
it's a
Yes,
long one.
it's a crisis.
It's a very long one, yeah.
Oh, I definitely want to try
Gonna make
my
them try
hand.
for video game.
Ooh,
That's cool, yeah.
that's great.
like something that I like a lot about the music from video games is that it works with the same rules as music from movies, but also same rules from music from opera,
From opera.
where they are trying to tell a story not only with what's happening, not only with the theatrics of it, but also with the music itself, you know, like in Hollow Knight, when you are entering a new area that has something to do with the night, there's going to be like a leitmotif, you know, and then
Yeah.
when you go and fight and actually fight the night, no, we are the night. When you actually fight the Hollow Knight, that leitmotif is the one that keeps appearing over and over and changed and modified to notice like the corruption or whenever it's dying or a new hope kind of situation. It's a lot about playing with the identities of
And
the
the feel.
characters, and that happens, and the feel, and that happens a lot in opera. I think a lot more than most movies. Like each character has their own leitmotif, and I think that's where it comes mostly for games rather than like from movies and stuff. Of course, there is also in movies, but the fact that in opera and musicals as well, needs like the music is part of the show. It needs it to be part of the storytelling of it as well. You know,
True.
and that's something I like a lot from it. It's very much you're telling a story with the
Music,
music.
music gives you emotion, tension, and climax. That's pretty much it, yeah. That's part of the reason why I love video game music and it's integrated on this show. Video game music just gives you everything. Like, you get a good immersion in your game, you get a good story out of it sometimes, and sometimes you just want to pick up the OST of a game and just blast it on a playlist on either Spotify or YouTube. I just vibe with it or play another game with it, which is so fun to do. My god.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool. It is quite an enjoyable thing. I'm not now that I think about it, I'm not really one to listen to video game music outside from the video game. But I do understand the thing. I think that because I recognize, like, I connect I connect the video game music to the video game a lot. So if anything, when I was making the playlist for this stream, I was actually having a freaking trip to memory lane. I was like, oh my god, when I was listening to the Ratchet and Clank music, It was.
I
don't know why,
remember
it just
this.
reminded me. Yeah, like, oh my god, this is when freaking President Drake started attacking us or whatever. Or when
Oh.
I was constantly getting, how do you call it? Drowning. Constantly. All the time.
Terraria overworld music, yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a good one, yeah.
But yeah, music usually just triggers that. Oh shit! I remember when I did that type of moment. I love that. Also, thank you for the water consumption. I already did that. Made that an hour ago. But yeah, thank you.
But yeah, so what other things about games?
Hydration time.
Okay. Yes, very important.
Terraria
Calamity
Calamity OST.
OST.
Yeah, that's a mod for
Because-
Terraria.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's a mod.
Yeah,
Not even like a DLC.
no, Terraria, as far as I remember, doesn't have DLC, does it? Let me check real quick.
I don't know. I've never played it.
I played it like 3 times to completion, and I had a really good time. It's way better with friends, though.
Yeah,
let
that
me
makes
check.
sense.
Just a second, I'm checking on Steam.
On Steam.
Nope, it doesn't have DLC, but it has a lot of updates. Quality of life updates, specifically. Gotta love it.
Do you know why it's called Steam? Why is it like water vapor? Why is it?
Because Valve, the thing you usually turn around to move the vapor on a pipe or something like that.
Oh, that's kind of fun. So because Steam was made by Valve, then it's called Steam because like you use valves to like lower the steam
The
pressure.
pressure,
Oh,
yes.
fun.
That's actually
that's
really
good.
clever.
I
I
like it.
just thought of that.
That's a clever naming convention, yeah.
Yeah. The icon, I think it's something also related to a pipe. I think it's a type of range or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Calamity is all in one. Easier, harder, funny, or scarier. Huh. Wouldn't you know?
Well, that's interesting.
Hmm.
The only game that I know that has a lot of mods and stuff like that I play, it's Slay the Spire. It's do you know it?
It doesn't sound too much. It doesn't sound familiar. What is it?
It's a card game. It's a card game roguelike kind of game. Oh, I love Nightmare King.
Oh.
Grim music. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Yep.
Nightmare Grim. That's so cool.
The Grim Trope.
That one took so many tries for me to, because here's the thing, like I killed a Grim with cheats, you know, where like I got under it and then I just used the howling, like one of the spells to kill it like very fast because it would do a lot of damage because of the like charms that I had equipped. But then Nightmare Grim, like Nightmare King Grim, that one you just couldn't cheat. You couldn't just simply cheat it. You needed to get good on that one as well. So damn, it took me forever. It took me like 3 days of like 2 hours at a time. Like I would literally like schedule it. I will like, okay, I'm gonna try for like 2 hours and then keep going. Then I will like go and go and go and go and know and already know what the types of attacks it had, and like I just needed to get good. I just needed to like get skilled enough as to react at the moment that it was needed.
And once
So
you get
now,
into
I
the
think-
zone, it's just the best feel ever.
Yeah, I think that's the fight that actually made me relatively good at the game. Like
Yo.
I'm not great at it, but that's the fight that I can be like, okay, so this is why I did not have that much trouble with Hollow Knight. Good to know. Say hi to
yeah.
your cat, Blue.
Yeah, say hi to your cat from me too. Let me see. builder roguelites, there are two that I have on like my head at the moment that remind me a lot of that. One is
What's
I
the
think
other
it, Hand of Fate. I think it's specifically Hand of Fate 2, that you are on a fortune teller tent, I think it is. I don't know what it is. And he's literally basically a DM for a D&D play or something like that, because he has a table with a map and a few figurines that once represents you and the other may represent an NPC you will find along the way or an ally or something like that, and he gives you 3 cards like a tarot reading. One of those 3 cards, I think, it will upgrade you. The other will give you something or something like that. The thing is, the roguelike element is the map that it generates, because it generates a few points that you can either choose your path or go straight up to another path or find this or that, depending on... It's all random, basically. It's
like a 3D... It's a 3D fighting game.
It's sort of a 3D fighting game. It's you know how, you know For Honor, that Ubisoft game?
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like that. It's sort of like that, but without the complicated mechanic of guarding. It's just you, maybe your ally, fighting another bunch of enemies. 2, 3, maybe 1. Up to the decision of the thing. You can even avoid fights by talking.
Oh, interesting.
It's super interesting. Then the other one is Giftlands, which it's I think it's kind of a social roguelike that you have options to like.
What's the name?
Giftlands. It's on Steam.
Okay.
I think that's a roguelike. I'm not sure of that one. That's another card-related one.
Is it Griftlands?
Yeah, I think that's the name. Giftlands.
Oh, Grift. Okay.
Let me double check, because my pronunciation is also really bad too.
That one. I think that one is a lot closer to how Slay the Spire works.
Yeah, Grift.
Like at least I'm seeing like a screenshot from it. Now that I think about it, you know Darkest Dungeon, right?
Darkest Dungeons, yes, I know.
I would suppose that Darkest Dungeons is pretty similar to Slay the Spire. At least in how, like in how it looks.
Slay the Spire, it's I think more like your own adventure oriented. You don't have a team. I'm pretty sure of it, at least.
Oh yes, definitely. It's like you're by yourself. But I meant it more as in like it is a 2D kind of thing, and you have some steps that you do in this case with like the cards and energy, rather than like having friends and stuff like that. It's more like that kind of situation. But it's pretty good. I quite enjoy it, and the types of combos that you can freaking pull up out of nowhere, it's pretty cool. They're pretty crazy.
Yeah, I gotta love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually I found it mostly through this streamer called Frost Prime. They play a lot of these type of roguelikes that are not like the typical roguelikes. So that's how I also found Peglin. And there's this new also card game based roguelike that they're playing.
Now that I think about it, have you tried Craft Champion?
Craft Champion? No.
Crab. Like cangrejo, crab.
Oh, Crab, the new one. Yeah. No, I have not got it yet. I haven't gotten it yet, but I am it's on my sites. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Like, if it fits the description of what you would like a hide action platformer roguelike. It's
platformer too?
It's a movement based one. You have enemies, you have stuff to shoot at, but you have also movement stuff that you can experiment with. It's fun.
That is true. Like, here's the thing. Like, I know the specifics of what things I like, and then I somehow gaslight myself into thinking that I'm not going to like the game.
It's fine. It happens. Like, you want to be 100% sure you want the thing because you don't want to waste your money. That's a mentality that I have almost all the time when buying games. I have to be 100% sure to not gaslight myself seeing the trailers, because some trailers are hype as fuck and they might force you to buy something, but I usually wait until I see and test something that I like. It took me, I think, a lot of trial and error to get a game that I ended up considering my favorite, which is Persona. Persona 4 specifically.
Persona?
Persona.
Oh, like person. Like
yeah,
people.
Persona. Yeah, like Persona.
I've never played that game. I know it. I know about it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, it's an RPG. So I know you don't like slow paced stuff, but it's an actual recommendation. It's pretty good.
I have seen some people play it, but it's not like that one. I am for real. I'm like,
it's not up your alley.
I'm not gonna play it. Yeah, like, I know myself. I'm not gonna play this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a thing that you need to
unless
try
it's with a
know.
friend or something. Like I would watch a friend play it, but only if it's a friend. But me, nah.
All right. Well,
but yeah, Crab Champions is very much something that I'm interested in playing currently.
Yeah, I have
This
my
is
eye on
only
that one too.
positive. I might play it just to get in the hype early. Now the streamer brain is starting. I'm like, gotta do it.
But yeah.
That cat gets a treat low.
What if I turn at the tables and said, for every 10 channel points, my cat gets a treat? That sounds actually really good. You could also add another one that for every other 10 channel points, you can give it a headband. That sounds actually really nice.
That do be true. Do you have pets?
Yeah, I have a cat. And, well, the dog over here. Which, that reminds me, I need to do that command for the dog. For Zazu over here.
Oh.
That can be
You should probably do you should probably do the cat thing. You probably do the channel point thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, I'm a get my cat a treat. And then your cat is going to become Garfield because of how many treats they're getting.
Oh my god. Oh, also, I have I think it's still active, but I also have an audio check command here. If you click this, I have to watch the stream to see if there is any audio, because I had an issue with OBS one time that for some reason there was... that's not sounding. Thank you for reminding me that I don't have the sound alerts here. Oh well. Damn it. Oh well. The thing is, that plays an audio, like an audio specifically from Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. And I have to check the stream because there was one time that for some reason there was no audio on the stream, but when I stopped there was audio on the VOD. Like, only live there was no audio, but on the VOD, yeah, it was super weird because every metric on my end worked. I even tested out on the monitoring stuff. Everything was working just fine. Music was fine, my audio was fine, the game was fine. The stream in and of itself had no audio, no audio at all.
That's so weird.
Then I ended up just oh shit.
Audio problems, they're so close.
The voice mod.
What are you doing?
Do you have a voice mod on?
No,
Oh.
it's an audio problem.
Huh. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe someone should start opening the water.
The natural speaking voice, yes.
This is not my natural. This is not my natural voice.
This is my natural speaking voice.
Yeah, that's voice mod.
This is actually the real one. This makes a lot more sense.
Auto-tune.
Ooh, this is me. But
Oh, that kills me, dude.
It's a very good. People love changing my voices from time to time.
Yeah, I have
It's
to
just
put
out of nowhere.
I have to put the robot voice for the robot model every time I use that.
I mean, there's no other way of using it.
True. Oh my god, the Did you shallow a little computer? No, that was autotune. It didn't shallow a computer, it shallow an electric keyboard.
Yes,
Capable of
exactly.
doing a lot of different noises. Gotta love it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, I had an aunt. Well, I have an aunt who's a musician, and she has I used to play with her keyboard all the time, and it was nothing. And it was like, of course, I would do no music, but I just like to play it with every single like. Okay, and then we put a little bit of percussion, and now this battery, and then the human voice for some reason was in there, and it sounded so creepy. It was like, whoa, I don't know.
That's where my electric keys went.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yum yum.
But yeah. Voice mode is super fun. I remember getting voice mode was the funniest experience I ever had, because I think that was one of the few things I bought with my first paycheck once I started doing commissions. I've wrote a game and voice mod. Voice mod was the cheapest thing ever. Like, I think I paid $3 for it, maybe less, due to
Wait for it.
yeah, due to pricing conversions and the offer they were doing. I think it was 55% off of the one-time purchase of voice mod, plus the currency conversion I had to do, because I live in Argentina. The dollar price here are usually pretty low. Like, the usual prices for things are lower due to the currency differences. So instead of paying the I think $30,
Cool.
there was the offer originally, I had to pay $3.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and they let me pay through PayPal, so I had to I could use dollars to pay it. So yeah, I got voice mode for
Oh.
practically free. That's
That's so cool. That's
actually,
pretty cool, actually.
yeah, that's pretty clever. If you for example want a game that is both on Epic Game Stores and Steam, and you for some reason cannot use PayPal on Steam, you could try going to Epic Game Stores and buy it there, because the prices are on dollars, but they are discounted based on the place you are, which is
Yeah, I didn't
so
know.
good.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
And then I came back to Colombia, and then I noticed, like, what do you mean that Hades costs $5?
yeah, I was like that. Like, I was trying to buy KOF 15 because I really wanted that game. And since I got paid recently, I said, fuck it, I'm using it to buy the game fully. Then I checked on Steam. I asked a friend that lives on the US and said, hey, is KOF 15 on offer in Epic or something like that? Because this is fucking $15. And I said, no, it's 60 on my end, the fuck? I just bought it. It was fucking $15, a $60 game. That was fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a freaking Jesus
That's a deal.
deal. Yeah, damn.
Oh, gotta love it.
Gotta love it indeed.
But yeah. Well, I think we had enough time here. Do you have anyone you want to rate? I usually
Well,
let the
let's check it out.
I usually had let the guest decide the rate target here.
Alright. Let's see who shall we raid. So, oh, there's a friend here. Oh, we could also go to Happy Paka.
Yeah, we could
She's-
rate them.
Yeah, like, let's keep going with the charity train. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, let's go. You're right. We need to keep the charity
Yeah,
going.
Yeah, gotta help the charity friends. How can we call that? Tomoda charity. Yeah, there we go. Hello. Do you exist?
Yeah, I exist. I'm copying and pasting the name. It's hard because it keeps selecting everything I don't want.
Oh, I see. Wait, how do
I've
you
got-
do it? Do you do it directly with the chat?
What do you mean?
As in, like, how do you do the raid?
I just
Do you do it on the chat?
Yeah, I just do raid on the chat, like the
Oh,
raid
slash
command.
raid?
Yeah, the slash raid. It's
Oh.
easier for me because I only have 2 monitors, right? In one monitor, I have my model and the playlist playing because for some reason, if you don't keep an eye on this thing, it stops at a certain point. It stops playing everything and
Oh,
it
yeah,
asks
there's
you
a, like,
to
hey, are you
continue.
okay?
It
Hey,
asks you to continue.
Are you here yet? Are
Yeah,
you here, please? Hey, they're like, hey, YouTube. I literally am using you only for music. The fuck are you? What do you mean that what am I still here?
If
like
it
you're
was-
a playlist. The point is that I don't have to touch you.
If it was for me, I will ask on for a playlist on Spotify, but there is very little options on there, unless you want
yeah.
covers. But I usually want the original soundtrack,
exactly.
because there are some old games that are not on Spotify as a soundtrack, and on YouTube they are, and they are copyright free. Some, or at least some of them are. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, that was the charity stream.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Don't forget to join the charity. I'm going to keep doing streams for it in twitch.tv/shiwasnek. Also, follow Dan. They're probably going to keep doing a bunch of other podcasts and
for sure.
interviews to other VTubers.
Yeah,
to
for
other
sure.
Streamers. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
check their show out.
Yeah, also, I will recommend you guys, if you want to keep an eye out on the other guests. I have a month planned with full guest. This is the second one of the four I have planned. So just keep an eye out for that. I also just stream games every now and then, so if you want me to just lose a live every now and then, come by and donate $1 for the charity and for the kids.
Yeah. Also, tomorrow I'm playing 7 p.m. EST. Is it 7 p.m.? No, 6 p.m. EST. No, wait. Let me check.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be playing something.
Oh, hold on. Let me just, before we finish the we need to finish the the goodbyes first.
Right.
Alright.
Tomorrow, 8 p.m. actually. 8 p.m.
Ooh.
EST. We will be playing Civilization 5 with other 2 VTubers from the charity.
Oh, that's right. You were organizing that. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing Civilization 5 with Low Poly Holly and
Ooh.
Bubbly Batu.
Oh, okay. Watch out for Gandhi. Watch out for the nuclear power of Gandhi.
Yeah,
Gotta love
his
it.
nukes too powerful.
Gotta love it. I'm gonna make peace.
I'm going to be either Egypt or Polynesia because I love to be able to just travel the world before anybody can even have a boat.
Nice. But yeah.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It was a lovely time to speak with you.
Yeah, thank you for accepting being here. It was super fun. It's like always. I always have a lot of fun doing this. It's always a good time hearing people's stories about games and what they like, what they don't. It's always a good time. Thank you for being here.
No, of course, it's my pleasure.
But yeah, thank you everyone for being here too. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the redeems. Thank you for everything. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Yay, bye.